Shalom Maki. I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Rakak, Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who teach him real well. And salutations to all the occupant, all four corners of earth, who's pushing his truth and sincerity. Shalom Maki. I want to get into this article right here. It says the Pentagon, the unpoked National Guard troops to be state militia, not part of U.S. military. So right now, the government is getting ready to start. He's gonna start dropping the rank of the military. It looks like, if they haven't been poked up. Even though this article is going to also point out that they have until June 22nd of 2022 to for the whole military to be poked up. But as of right now, they're letting them know that you're going to be dropped down to the to militia status, state militia, not part of the military. It says National Guard troops who didn't take their pokies could lose their national recognition and would only be considered state-level militia troops, the Pentagon warned on Wednesday. Last week, on its first day in command, Oklahoma National Guard General Muchano issued a memo which said no guardsmen will be ordered to take the jabby, and no negative administrative or legal action will be taken against guardsmen who refuse the pokey. That state-level policy is at odds with a Pentagon policy that imposes a pokey mandate across the entire federalized force. All service members in the active and reserve components are required to comply with the valid medical readiness required established by the Secretary of Defense to receive the pokey. Pentagon Press John Kirby said on Wednesday, "We are not aware of any government attempt to prohibit members from receiving the pokey, and did not see this as placing any individual member in conflict with the state authorities. Failure to receive the pokey may jeopardize an individual member's status in the National Guard," Kirby said. "Any impact to a member's status in their state militia is an issue for the state's authorities. The governor may not relieve individual members of the Guard from their obligation to comply with this valid medical readiness requirement established by the department." So basically, they're going back and forth, and this part I wanted to bring out. Okay, here it is. Once again, let me reiterate what I was saying. They're going back and forth. This is the government, national trumps the state, but at the same time, the governor has a call over a state, and he could go against the federal, which then the federal will hit them with pulling money out of them, and this is going to bring that out in this right here. But basically, we got the house divided, man. We got a house divided, man. So these people are gonna be upset, man. And they're gonna they're gonna be feeling this shit in their pockets, man. Because I'm gonna read some more. It says a loss of federal status would mean those individual unpokeyed Oklahoman guardsmen will still be considered state-level militia troops, but they would be eligible for federal deployments or reimbursement for federal order operations and training. So they'll be ineligible for money and stuff, man, for going to do their training and stuff. They won't be able to get it. The military already plays games with the soldiers' money. They play games with the soldiers' room and board when they come home from these wars. When they go to the hospitals, they get jacked up. Everything's documented. They got movies about this stuff and all sorts of things. So they can't say that we're just making these things up. And it's right here. Proof is in the pudding. Also, they're going to cut some of that pay, and for the services they've done. So this house is divided. This is Mark 3:25. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. So this house is falling apart, man, right before your very eyes, man. And like I said, it's going to be very interesting to see. Let me skip down to that part where he says on see there, as of November 2nd, about 800 Oklahoma guardmen, about 10% of the state force, were not poked up. While military pokiness deadlines have already passed for active duty members of the Air Force and Navy, the issue is further off for National Guard troops who still have until June 23rd of 2022 to be fully poked up. Okay, because it was National Guard they have until that time. See, so they have different branches of the military. They have different dates when they have to be fully poked up and stuff like that, man. Or even, and mind you, they go into these different stages. They got the boosters, they got these different. Then they just pulled out another variant that just came out the butt the other day. They talking about they didn't want to go down and use some of the names on the list on the because all they're using is the Greek alphabet, if I'm not mistaken. And they said that they didn't want to use one of the names on a name or two on the list because it was offensive. You know how they're just making this up as they go along, man. So yeah, Satan's house is divided, man. This is Mark 3:26, and if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but have an end, man. And once again, man, we're gonna see these troops. They're gonna be very upset, man. And you can't have troops out there on deployment and things like that because they're also, they do those weekend shifts when they come back. Some of them rely on that little couple $100 they get from the government. I had a girlfriend that was doing that stuff, man. She was a National Guard. She was in the National Guard and she was doing that stuff, man. So showing more and more of his house being divided, man. They can't even, they want their people to be all, sick and jacked up because people are getting wise and using the internet and finding out, what's really going on with this stuff, man. It's jacking people up. Kids are getting heart attacks. They got kids. They got a list of different symptoms the kids have all of a sudden. Parkinson's and different just diseases that came along later on through the different foods and different air and chemicals that you inhale and stuff through this devil system, man. But now they're finding the kids are getting it at an early age, and this is unheard of, man. Kids are having heart attacks and strokes and stuff. The other day I was walking down the street when they allowed the kids to get it. You should have seen the Northern Kingdom moms with their kids up there, man. It was a sad sight, truthfully, man. To see these kids just lined up and just seeing them just getting ready to put something to their body. I don't even know. This is, and then we know that the devil, what he's really on, man. We know the devil's plan, man. Thanks to the Lord, man. And through these scriptures, man. We filter the truth through these scriptures, man. And weed out the BS, man. And this devil's system is nothing but wickedness and BS, man. This is 2 Corinthians 2:11. At least Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, man. And this is one of his devices to drop down the population, man. As well as to get these people's mindsets for the next thing that's coming, man. The MOTB, We are not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. So we know what this devil's had and what he's getting ready to do, man. We know that he has a short time, so he's going to pull all his little tricks out right now. Right now, he also has, said a second ago about this new one he has out. I'll call it the Oak because, you can't say the name. And, where they trying to say it's coming from Africa now, These are different things, the tactics they use, man. The media and his repetitiveness of just every 5 seconds, you're just hearing about it. You're just hearing about it. So like I said, they're getting ready to hit you with a new one right now, man. So we got to be aware in these days, man. It's getting ready to get real ugly out here, man. But with that being said, I just wanted to bring this out real fast. I just found this little article and I was like, man, it's interesting because, some of these, like I said, these National Guard troops, they come in and guard those bases once a weekend, if I'm not mistaken, in a month, and they get a paycheck for that. But not only that, they're also on call, So, if a soldier or somebody one weekend might have been sick or something and shit, they got to go down there. They got to be on call on the weekends also as well. For sometimes they got to go do training and all that stuff. So they're not gonna get paid for none of that no more. That's what they say if they don't have that, Well, if they said it's possible they're gonna be dropped to state militia. So I don't know what that means. If that's just working for free or what. But it seems like it, man. But these are the times we're in, man. With that being said, I just want to bring this out real fast. I hope this is edifying. Shalom, Makim.